This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. 3 killed in St. Anne crash. 3 persons died yesterday morning in a 2-vehicle crash along the Landover Main Road in St. Anne. Several other persons were injured in the crash involving a Toyota Coaster bus and a gray Toyota Axio motor car. 2 of the deceased have been identified as a 46-year-old bus driver Brenton Brown, otherwise called Matterhorn, of Higgintown in the parish, and a 28-year-old Carson Whitaker of Runaway Bay. The other man is yet to be identified. Sometime around 12:10, Mr. Brown was transporting staff members from a hotel when the crash occurred. Police believe the driver of the motor car was returning from a party when he tried to overtake a line of traffic and crashed into the bus. Both drivers suffered serious injuries. Mr. Brown and the passenger from the motor car had to be caught from the wreckage by firefighters. The other occupants were taken to the St. Anne's Regional Hospital for treatment. Police probe theft of boat engines from Runaway Bay Fishing Village. The St. Anne police are probing the theft of 4 high-powered boat engines owned by fishers from Swallowhole Fishing Village in Runaway Bay on Friday morning. It's reported that the owners of the engines turned up at the village about 5 o'clock for their usual fishing voyage when they discovered that the 4 engines had been detached from the boats. Fisherman Patrick Hibbert told our correspondent that he has suffered a major setback as he has more than 100 fish pots at sea and is now unable to get to them. Right now, everybody's at a standstill. Dozens of men have fish pots at sea because we help each other, and some boats have 3 persons, some have 4 persons. Many fishermen are at a standstill, so we can't move. Meanwhile, the Council for the Dry Harbor Division, Carlton Ricketts, has condemned the theft of the engines. I cannot believe myself that hoodlums would really come and take away the engines from these boats. This is what the fishermen depend on. I am appealing to those persons responsible to look into it and see what they have done is wrong. Bring them back so these folks can have a life, Ricketts said. JCF launches Smart CZECH e-ticketing system. The Jamaica Constabulary Force on Thursday rolled out its new Smart CZECH e-ticketing system. The system, which began operating in the corporate area, is designed to be a more efficient and accurate alternative to traditional written tickets. It provides cops with the ability to issue a printed ticket on the spot with information on the offense, fine, court date, and other information. 20 of the devices have been rolled out in this first phase, with approximately 100 more to be rolled out in phases early next month. Head of the GCF's Information Communication and Technology Division, Deputy Superintendent Orette Basco, said the system is a welcomed tool to the overall Smart CZECH system. The officers love the system. It is more legible, efficient, and the information is directly entered into the traffic management system, DSP Basco said. It also gives the motorist the ability to pay on the spot, as the ticket can be emailed to them with a link to the payment portal. The system, part of the JCF's continued transformation and modernization thrust, also allows for officers to instantly check outstanding tickets a motorist may have. It can likewise determine whether a motorist is a person of interest or wanted, as well as give information on their fitness, registration, insurance, and other personal data. DSP Basco said more features are to be added to the system, and as a result, officers will be continuously trained as its capabilities improve and evolve. 6 nurses among latest UHWI staff to test positive for COVID-19. The Nurses Association of Jamaica has revealed that 6 of its members are among the 48 employees of the University Hospital of the West Indies who have contracted COVID-19. News broke on Friday of a memo to workers at the hospital, which stated that most of those who had tested positive contracted the virus after Christmas Eve. The employees reportedly became infected after attending gatherings last weekend. NAJ President Patsy Edwards Henry told the news that she, upon being informed of this development, she investigated and, while confirming the number of nurses infected, Her queries also revealed that they had not been admitted to hospital and therefore their symptoms are mild. With Jamaica now experiencing its fourth COVID-19 wave, the NAJ president said she will be monitoring the status of other nurses throughout the country.
On investigation and talking to my members up there, I have been informed that of this number, 6 of those persons are registered nurses. The rest are other healthcare workers. So you have patient care assistants, you have psychiatric aides, whatever the category may be. I did not get the statistics of the other categories, but I do know that of that number, 6 nurses are positive. Based on the information, they are not admitted, and therefore it would mean that the symptoms are mild. As we speak, I'm going to be calling around to the other hospitals to see where we are as it relates to our members coming down with the COVID over this season.
Additional 500 street sweepers and 300 trucks for holiday cleanup, said NSWMA. Executive Director of the National Solid Waste Management Authority, Audley Gordon, has said that the employment of an additional 500 street sweepers for the period leading up to the Christmas holidays and the engagement of 300 tipper trucks to aid in garbage collection island-wide had the desired effect of keeping communities clean. Once we do these kinds of operations where we add numbers, whether it be by way of human resources or in terms of machinery, it will have an impact, and it indeed did have the desired impact, Gordon told the news on Thursday. We were able to get on top of the expected Christmas garbage with more efficiency and timeliness, he added. With streets and communities kept clean for the holidays, Gordon now has another problem on his hands. What I'm hearing now is that people want this to continue without understanding the budgetary implications, the executive director remarked. It's just not possible to continue long-term, quite frankly. It's just not possible. The agency has to get back to operating within the realm of its financial capabilities, he stated. Continuing, Gordon said, that is where we are getting back to now, but the extra sweepers in the town centers and the additional trucks did help us to cauterize what would have been a catastrophe in terms of garbage pileup. Gordon explained that in order for the NSWMA to sustain the level of garbage collection seen over the holiday period, the 100 garbage compactors that have been promised by the government will have to be delivered. We are being assured that we should see the trucks in the 2022-2023 budget cycle, so that means the next time the budget is read, we should hear that. We are anxious to realize that reality, he stressed. Regarding the new year, the executive director said the NSWMA expects a similar occurrence as to what occurred during the Christmas holidays. We will be able to deal with whatever garbage is generated by the New Year celebrations, he promised. MAJ concerned about low vaccination rates. The Medical Association of Jamaica believes hospitals could again be overrun with COVID-19 patients during the fourth wave of the pandemic, given the country's low vaccination rate. Jamaica ended its 2021 COVID-19 vaccination program with a little more than 1.2 million doses administered. Vaccinations began in March last year. Medical Association of Jamaica President Dr. Brian James says hospitalizations from COVID-19 are low in countries with high vaccination rates. He says medical personnel are bracing for the worst, especially with regard to the Omicron variant, which says that the experience in South Africa was relatively good, with a vaccination rate of in the 30s that makes them better able to fight the Omicron. In terms of us, we are down in the early 20s with the vaccination rate, so we might be in for a very, very rough ride. He also outlined the measures which he believes should be implemented by the government to reduce the impact of COVID-19 on the healthcare system. What I'm expecting from the government is for them to put the preparations into all the hospitals to make sure that we are ready in the event that cases go up. I expected them to increase the beds available and really wrap up the vaccination program, he said. Curfew extended in Kingston Central Police Division. The 48-hour curfew that was imposed in the Kingston Central Police Division on Thursday has been extended until 6 p.m. on Monday. The boundaries of the curfew are as follows. North along North Street from the intersection with Hanover Street to the intersection with Texter Lane. East along Texter Lane from the intersection with North Street to the intersection with East Queen Street. South along East Queen Street from the intersection with Texter Lane to the intersection with Hanover Street. West along Hanover Street from the intersection with East Queen Street to the intersection with North Street. During the hours of the curfew, all persons within its boundaries are required to remain within their premises unless otherwise authorized in writing by the ground commander. Kingston Central has seen a spike in violent incidents, including murders in what the police say is linked to gang warfare. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.